Hello and welcome. Welcome to Support for Stressful Times. I'm Weiser Cornell. A pleasure. Pleasure to be with you here today, sharing some time together. It's partly the time we share that's our support for stressful times. It's pausing. If you've heard me talk before, I'm a big fan of pausing. That's what we're doing right now. We're taking time out to be together, to be here, to arrive, and to pause. To pause, how nice we can pause together. We can pause as a community here. And when you pause, it's very natural to then be aware of your body. Hello, body. Feeling your body probably sitting, although you could be lying down or standing. Feeling how you're supported. Feeling your breath. And doing those things, feeling your body and feeling your breath and feeling this present moment, all of that helps you to slow down. And what does slowing down help you with? Well, slowing down helps you be really present to yourself. This is our chance. This is our moment to pause and be really present with ourselves. Now, I have a topic today, and I want to preface it by saying, don't worry about me, but my topic is making peace with health challenges. And lately, for the last few weeks, I've had some pain in my body. So I thought, I bet I am not alone. I think there's probably many people from time to time who feel pain in the body, symptoms of some kind. You have a health challenge, perhaps. Maybe you're having a respiratory issue. Let's include that as one of the things that can be stressful, right? This is support for stressful times. It goes in two directions, actually. When you have a health challenge of some kind, when your body is speaking to you of pain or some kind of other trouble, that's stressful. And then when things are stressful in your life, that can show up in your body as pain or other kinds of body trouble or difficulty sleeping. And all of that can be related. So what can we say about how to relate, how to be with body pain and other challenges? For example, the thing I'm going through, it's not very serious, I'm sure, but I don't really know what it is. It's pain in one of my joints in the front of my leg, and comes especially when I get up after I'm sitting. Got some medical help, got some appointments coming up. We'll take care of it. But there's often something extra when there's a health challenge. What is this? What does it mean? What can I do about it? When you're my age, 75, there's something in me that wonders, is the beginning of my decline into just not being in good health in general? So these are all the additional thoughts that can come when there's a health challenge. Hoping you're all in great health and your body's feeling fine. And what I'm going to show you today is applicable, not just to health challenges, but also, for example, anxiety, stressful reactions in your body of any kind. And let's remind ourselves that one of the first steps is to use this language of acknowledgement, something in me. So something in me is hurting, and something in me is concerned about that. And notice the difference when I go from I'm concerned, I'm worried, to something in me is concerned and worried. I feel a little more inner space. And I also feel more able to turn toward both the pain itself and the part of me that's worried. Sophie is writing, this is very topical. I'm a fit 45-year-old and had 2 heart attacks. Wow. I hear you. That sounds like no wonder if you said in the chat, you're still in shock. Definitely. So you can say, I'm still in shock, and I'm sure that feels true. You might also experiment with something in me is in shock. See what happens. I'm aware something in me is really in shock. Something to try there. Yes. And Allison's also writing that this is resonant. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I was wondering as I prepared for today, shall I talk about that? I don't want them to worry about me, but I think this is, hey, we'll all face it sometimes. What about pain itself, right? So I'm talking about something in me is worried about it. Something in me is wondering, where did it come from? Did I do something wrong? Am I going to have to stop sitting with my legs crossed, which I love to do? So there's all these worries. And it's easy to say something in me about worries like that. But what about the pain itself? Is that a something? It's interesting. Interesting. It doesn't quite feel as correct, like helpful to say something in me is in pain. I want to say I am sensing, but then I'm not so sure about the word pain. Let me explain what I mean. When we're in a growing, increasingly helpful relationship with the body, it's important to be able to sense and describe what we're feeling, whether that's a health issue or whether that's the heaviness in your heart as you think of someone you're missing. Whatever our body is saying to us, it's important to be able to sense it freshly and describe it as it is, rather than using a label like, oh, that's my such and such, which has a little dismissive quality to it. Like if I just say, well, that's my usual pain, I haven't really checked, usually. I haven't really sensed. And I think the word pain is very often used as a label that avoids, well, when you're in pain, naturally you want to try to avoid feeling it. And yet, at some point, it's also nice to pause and feel it. When I say it's nice, what I mean is pausing and feeling the sensation that you've been calling pain is a road to healing. It's a road to the next steps emerging. And this has happened to me many times in my life, that I've had some injury and I've paused to describe how it feels right now. I make this gesture with my hands, which is sort of like how my awareness is like, let's see, what's this like? So if we let the word pain float away and describe what we're sensing without the word pain. Sophie, let the word shock float away. Describe what you're sensing without that word. You can have the word back later. We're not taking any words away. Jackie mentioned in the chat having health anxiety, whether there's pain or not. Definitely. And now let's let the word anxiety float away. And then sense what it's like right now and allow yourself to not have words at first. But one of the things about being present to yourself is that words don't come easily there. if someone gave you a really new flavor of ice cream to taste, and they said, well, what should I name this? You try the, I don't know. Let me take another taste and let me see. You don't know right away because it's not a familiar, oh, that's coconut. Yeah. So if I go to the place where the sensation is and describe it as if I'd never felt it before, something new can come. Allison's agreeing in the chat. Yes, sensing freshly has been so important. It's so easy to assume the sensation is always the same, and our assumptions get in the way of our relationship with ourselves, just as assumptions can get in the way of relationships with anybody else. And Julia brings up that fear of what it could mean is another barrier to being present. Absolutely. Something in me is afraid of what this could mean, and I'm saying hello to something afraid of what this could mean. So the truth is, as I sit here right now, I'm not experiencing any painful sensations. I would have to stand up and walk around, and I'm not going to do that. But I want to tell you a little story about a time I was in Japan, staying by myself in a monastery, actually. My friends were in other rooms, but I was in my own room, and it was late at night. And in Japan, they have or had then these teapots, like all the time there's boiling water. Someone might want tea at any day or not, time of the day or night. And somehow I managed to burn my arm on the hot water coming out of this teapot. And ouch, 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 ouch. And I didn't want to wake anybody up. It seemed pretty serious, but not like life-threatening. And I ran cold water on it. There was a sink in my room. And then I lay down. It was time to sleep. But could I sleep with this sensation in my arm? So I did this thing I'm talking about. I simply brought awareness there to the very intense sensation in my arm. I'd already acknowledged and said hello to something in me that's worried it's something serious, worried I won't be able to sleep, and all those things. Just brought awareness to the sensation itself. How would I describe it right now? And slowly, after about 5 or 10 minutes, I got the word sizzling. Seems like even worse than burning. And yet, because the word sizzling was so perfect, it fits so well how it felt, I fell asleep. There was that's it. And I just fell asleep. And in the morning, there was no sensation there at all. I had a blister that grew more and more over the next few days, but it never hurt again. So I think that when you sense freshly how you're feeling, there's a possibility that will complete its communication to you. And our bodies are always wanting to talk to us about how they feel. Now, if the communication is something's wrong here, I need somebody to help me with this, then probably the sensation's going to continue. But I invited Sophie to sense freshly the thing that's being called shock. And she says, when I tune into my shock, I feel like a shaking gazelle caught by prey. So nice, such a vivid metaphor. And that's what it feels like. Yeah, and often the description for what we feel is metaphorical because we don't have nearly enough words, single words, to describe all the possible things we might be feeling. That's why we need a kind of poetry. Right? Like a shaking gazelle caught by pray. Wow, it's really a vivid image taken from nature, taken from a situation of stress. Beautiful. And what's it like then to sense freshly, so freshly, that you can find a metaphor that you've never used before? Well, join me a moment now. I've been talking about this process. Let's do it together for a moment. So we're pausing together and inviting you to take a moment just to feel in your body. Feeling your body's support beneath you, like your body's resting on support. And you're slowing down enough to feel how it is right now. Slowing down, arriving, being here, being present. Here we are. Bringing awareness to your body. First to the outer body, like how it feels to be supported by what you're sitting on. Feeling your feet, your seat, your back. Feeling your breathing. And if at any point as we're moving through the body, you feel something uncomfortable, something stressful, then you'll pause and stay with that a while. Just sensing how it feels right now. So moving now into the inner area of your body. Maybe your sense of your face from inside. Your throat. Your chest. Your stomach. And also being aware that there may be an area of your body that's calling to you. Your shoulders, your back. Anywhere it's welcome to call your attention to it. So letting your awareness go where it's being called in your body right now. It's possible, even though you're on this call about stressful times, that your body might be feeling peaceful, open, relaxed. Great. We're not insisting that you find a problem. If you feel peaceful, open, relaxed, something like that, let's enjoy it. But if you've got an area of your body that's calling to you because it's in pain or because it's uncomfortable, let's go there. And use the language, I am sensing. So you're saying the words inside, I am sensing this feeling of, this sensation of here. I'm saying, hello, I know you're there. So you're speaking to the place in your body that's calling you, hello, I know you're there. See, in doing that, you are becoming the compassionate container for what you feel. You are more than your stressful feelings. Even if they're very acute and big and strong, severe, serious, no matter how big they are, you're bigger. You're bigger. So by saying, I am sensing this place that hurts, you're reminding yourself, you're accessing that sense that you are that one who can be with how you feel. So nice. Let's pause with that a while. That's right. I am sensing this place that feels da-da-da. Might be a physical sensation, might be an emotional sensation. I am sensing. And then describe it freshly as if you had never felt it before. What's it like? letting fresh metaphors come if they need to, or more than one word if that's needed. And it takes a little time. So allowing yourself to take the time, because the quality of attention that you're bringing is the key, really. It's not that important whether you find the right description. Not that important. That's not the goal. The goal is not get that right description. The goal is the quality of attention, the kind of attention. What is the kind of attention you're bringing to yourself? Compassionate, attentive, loving. Our bodies are longing to be loved. And we are the ones who can do that. So that's what we're doing together right now, is pausing to bring compassionate attention to whatever we feel. Notice what that's like. Notice what that's like. I am here with this now. I am sensing how it is. And the quality of gentleness and kindness and compassion and acceptance, it's in your voice, right? I am here with this now. So nice. We're not here to solve a problem. We're not here to fix. I hope you do feel better, either here and now or after you sense what's needed. But very often, especially with emotions, what's needed is our compassionate presence. Got an anxious feeling? Hello? Hello, I know you're there and I sense you're anxious. You know, one thing I've learned, without question, we cannot change our feelings. I grew up in a world which was all about changing my feelings. My mother wanted me to get more cheerful just about anything I was going through. Oh no, you don't have to see it that way. You don't have to be afraid, right? Trying to talk me out of my feelings. Did that work? Well, it worked in the sense that I stopped telling my mother about my feelings. Shut me up. She had a happier life. I love my mother. I shouldn't say those things about her, but you know, not everybody is, let's call it, emotionally aware. I haven't always been. So my truth is, you cannot change your feelings. And trying to change them makes them go underground, or makes them fight back and resist, and makes you frustrated. You know, Sophie's writing in the chat about judging ourselves. And judging yourself is something that you can also turn toward. You can say, something in me is wanting to judge this, and I'm saying hello to that. So it's the power of the hello. Not all, the word hello doesn't work for everybody, but the power of acknowledgement, the power of awareness, the power of allowing what's here to be as it is. And then I become bigger than it is because I'm the one allowing. Yes, I know you're there. Yes, I know you're there too. And I am here. I'm here as the listener. Yeah, I say, maybe a part of me is saying, this is painful. This hurts. I'm having a hard time. Elfrida wrote in the chat that her health challenge feels like being stabbed in the heart. And you can say to it, yeah, I really get how you feel. I really get that it's like being stabbed in the heart. Wow, I'm here with you. I get how that feels. So a communication is complete. And among other things, pain is a communication. Our bodies wanting to communicate with us. Pain is a communication. These other body feelings that are like anxiety, upset, anger, oppression, they're all communication. Communications need to be received. Then something gets complete, right? Exactly. I hear you is such a powerful thing to say to our body feelings. Some nice things are going on in the chat here. Allison says, it's all about the quality of compassionate attention. Yes, instead of being about finding the right description. Exactly. Oh, good. I'm glad you really heard that. And Haja writes, the power brings us back to self and presence, which is so much bigger than the hurt. Exactly. I'm feeling very heard by the chat right now. Yes. Sophie writes, the quality of attention idea is a game changer for me. Wonderful. Daniel writes, I found that since I've started focusing, my body is more communicative. It not only makes pain more identified, more informative, it's relaxing. I even sense my immune system feeling invigorated, appreciative that I'm paying attention to what's going on. Wow. I love what you're saying, Daniel. Yes. And the thing is, it's just simply true. The more we listen, the more the channel of communication is open. So here we are together for this short time, half an hour, pausing to pay attention. Now, you can continue that. You can continue that at various times during your day. Let me pause and sense how I am right now. Perhaps before a meal, as you're sensing what would be right to eat. Or perhaps before bed, as you're settling in, preparing yourself to sleep. Or perhaps before you have a meeting. Or after a meeting. How was that for me? And you pausing to tune in is so nice, so important. Yes. Oh, Jareen is here. Yeah. Jareen writes, the whole notion of freshly sensing my arthritic fingers is new and already insightful. Yes, especially with a chronic condition like arthritis. The truth is, it's not always the same. Our bodies are always in process. So yes, maybe you have a diagnosed condition, but your experience of it evolves. And by sensing freshly, you're creating a relationship with that place in your body. Let's say it's your fingers. A relationship of respect. See, notice how disrespectful it is to say, oh, my fingers, they always feel the same way. And how respectful it is to say, okay, fingers, how are you right now? Yeah. Susan writes, I just realized I was judging my emotion and didn't understand why it was growing and feeling worse. So thank you for reminding me I don't have to change it and just say hello to it. I did that and immediately it softened. Wonderful, wonderful. And Elfrida, who felt like she was being stabbed in the heart, you're acknowledging you're feeling like the joy is draining out of your heart. And when I acknowledge it, she says, I feel much lighter. Well, I think that's a good moment to complete our process today. Thank you, everybody. It's been really lovely. Your contributions have been so great. Thank you, everybody who's been here, for listening, for contributing by your listening, and for taking this in. And most of all, thank you for your kindness to yourself. It changes the world, believe me. Take care. Bye for now.